Hello and welcome to beautiful Bequia in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Hi, I'm Eric Ball, and today we're going to enjoy a tour of the small town of Port Elizabeth and then head out to the two great beaches that are behind me, Lower Bay Beach and Princess Margaret Beach. Come along and join the fun. From our ship, we can see Princess Margaret Beach, and then over to the right, we have the longer Lower Bay Beach. We'll explore both of these beautiful beaches today. And now we are here in downtown Port Elizabeth. This is literally the main road, and behind me you can see Admiralty Bay out in the background where our ship is at anchor. But this is literally the main road that takes you from Port Elizabeth and then out to all the other sites in the island. So let's walk along now and we'll head out to the Belmont Walkway on our way to Princess Margaret Beach. Bequia is part of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The capital is Kingstown, which is on the main island of St. Vincent, which is a little over 9 miles as the crow flies from Bequia. The name Bequia is understood to mean Island of the Clouds in the Arawak language. The original inhabitants of the island were the Kalinago people, who were originally known as the Caribs, who lived throughout the Grenadines and much of the Caribbean. Across the street is the beautiful St. Mary's Anglican Church, here on a sunny Sunday morning. And now we're beginning to walk along the Belmont Walkway, which is this very narrow sidewalk right alongside the ocean. The first section of it is pretty flat, and then we will climb around the rock area. The Belmont Walkway is a narrow path that leads along Port Elizabeth out towards Princess Margaret Beach. Now we're continuing along the way here on the Belmont Walkway. This is kind of one of my favorite spots. I just absolutely love this palm tree that's right behind me. We'll swing the camera around so that you can have a look at it. It's really quite a dramatic spot. I always like just this beautiful little spot. And as you can see, we've got couple of youngsters that are out splashing around in the water, enjoying themselves as we continue our walk along the Belmont Walkway to Princess Margaret Beach. Off in the distance is the little outcropping, and that's the area that we will go up and over to the beach. We've now come just about to the end of the flat spot, and in just a few moments we'll be walking up the stairs that are called the Princess Margaret Trail. So there's this little bit of beach area that separates the Belmont Walkway from the section then that comes around the outcropping. And now we've come to the end of the beach, and we'll come up these stairs and work our way up and over this rocky outcropping and over to the beach. And as we swing around, we're looking back toward the area that we have come from. This section is a combination of some steps and some routes, a little bit steep, but generally easy enough to maneuver if you're in reasonably good shape. And now we've reached the summit of the stair area, and we are rewarded with these lovely views back at Admiralty Bay. And now we are going to work our way down these stairs and along the boardwalk that will take us over to the beach. So we'll use a little bit of caution here as we're walking down the stairs. But this has really been quite a nice improvement. These stairs used to be much more treacherous. Over the last few years here in Bequia, they've really worked at improving them. So these staircases are fairly steep. And then as you can see down toward the bottom, they've built a boardwalk just off the coast of the island. So it makes it a little bit easier to walk along as we make our progress. And now we've made it down to the base of the boardwalk area, having come from these stairs behind me. And as we swing the camera around, you can see the remnants of what was the old walkway right along the cliffs that was pretty treacherous in its day. And now we have this far superior wooden boardwalk with proper piers all the way through. And it makes it a lot easier rather than walking on that historically much narrower pathway. And now we're back in Port Elizabeth and on our way in an open-air taxi to Lower Bay Beach. And now we're at the far end of Lower Bay Beach, this incredible stretch of beautiful sand here in Bequia. Walkway is one of the most beautiful, unspoiled places in all of the Caribbean. It's very popular with yacht owners and sailors. It's sort of the base, if you will, of exploring the 32 islands and keys scattered throughout the Grenadines. And all too soon, it's time to get on the ship's tender and head back to our ship for our next port of call with these wonderful memories of the beautiful beaches of Bequia. And so that's our look at beautiful Bequia. I'm Eric Ball. The channel is Eric Ball Presents. Wishing you calm seas and blue skies. Thank you and bon voyage.